Something I've noticed about our culture. Have you ever heard of the walk of shame? Ever notice how the majority of the walkers are women? Why is that? Whenever a man gets some action and tells the girl to take a hike afterwards, he is praised not only by his friends, but is also rewarded when other women don't turn him down because of this act. He can just keep on doing whatever he wants. And yet, whenever a woman does this, she is labeled a slut or whore or a charlatan. Seems like a pretty big double standard, don't you think? In fact, calling a woman a slut is one of the biggest insults you can say to her. Why, you ask? Simple. A woman is guaranteed maternity, however, the father is not necessarily guaranteed paternity. So by telling a man that a particular woman is a slut, you're basically saying that he is possibly being tricked into spending resources on a child that isn't his, rather than spending resources on a child that is his. This is from, of course, an evolutionary standpoint. So in order for men not to be tricked, many different cultures seem to have given a negative stigma to women who not only sleep with multiple men, but even enjoy sex. From mutilating female genitalia to enforcing their roles with religious documents. Seriously, for anyone who is blind to the injustices that women have to suffer, just do some research or watch how people interact with women on a television who have had a one-night stand. Even if the one-night stand wasn't her intention, she is still blamed for not having any morals or for being a filthy charlatan, even though it was the male's fault for kicking her out. In the 22nd chapter of the book of Deuteronomy in the Bible, there is a rule for a young virgin woman who is not engaged and who has been raped. If she and her rapist are caught, that man must pay 50 shekels of silver and marry the woman he raped, and for the rest of their lives, he cannot divorce her. Yeah, think about that. For the rest of their lives, he cannot divorce her. I honestly cannot imagine a greater psychological torture for someone than being forced to marry their own rapist. There are even rules about killing the woman if her husband claims that she wasn't a virgin on their wedding night. Unfortunately, checking to see if the woman's hymen broke is not the sufficient way to know if she was a virgin. After all, women can actually break their own hymen just by masturbating. Hymens can even grow back in certain cases. Don't believe me? There's a link at the bottom of the description box for both Deuteronomy and the hymen. In fact, there's also another rule in Deuteronomy, basically saying that if a woman and a rapist are caught in the city, they are both to be killed because the woman wasn't screaming loud enough. There's another rule: if she's being raped in the countryside, then it's somehow perfectly understandable that no one came to her aid while she was screaming. Still, the whole book is actually pretty messed up. You should give it a look.